Hey there, Mary and Gia. I hope I pronounced that right, because it sounds different from the way it's written. There might be some background noise. My sisters are playing with my son, and that's that. I'm gonna make this quick because I actually have some place to run. But thanks to the Big Ho 111, still can't get over that name. He had put up a huge list of different channels that he thought were worth checking out, and yours was one of them. So I looked at them, and it looks like you are going to provide some really interesting vids because you actually give a lot of food for thought, at least in the two that you put up. I'm addressing the second one, obviously. You're basically asking the question. You want some answers on why it is that people who have certain features think that they're prettier than everyone else, and they think that just because they happen to have a view that some people might consider attractive, that they consider better than everyone else. I could answer this in a number of different ways. We can go with the whole, we could take the angle of, well, everyone's been indoctrinated in the so-called European type of thing. But remember, there are groups of people out there who don't have so-called European features. I'm saying so-called. I agree with you in the whole thing that the features came from us first. There are people with different features who think that they look better. Chinese, for instance, think that the whole European look, well, the traditional Chinese tend to think of that look as somewhat ugly. They think that the faces are, to quote one of them, too three-dimensional. they like the more of the flatter look. But let me just hurry up with this, because I can do this in so many different angles. I can go with the whole angle of, well, we're pretty and they just can't handle it, or we look better than them and all that, but that would just be BS answers. The truth of the matter is, the reason why people say stuff like that is because they're human. Humans suck. Period. I don't care how much melanin's in your skin, what type of hair you got, what culture you come from, what nation you're from, how much money you got in your pocket, who happen to have been your parents, where you happen to have been born, what your clothes are. If you've got human DNA, you suck. Period. Look at our history. We've got to be some of the dumbest animals on this planet. Look at the way we conduct our lives. Just a cursory look of how we conduct our lives. We've been here for several thousand years so far, and we still can't get over the basic stuff of life. We can't get over the basic stuff that, it's not a good idea to kill somebody over just a stupid ideal. We can't get over the idea that just because somebody looks different that, we have a right to... Just because someone looks different, obvious thinking is you shouldn't just discriminate against them, but we still do that. We still think that, over the smallest reasons we have some excuse to lord over somebody else, whether it's through racial means, whether it's through class means, government against the little people. We can't even get basic stuff like that right. We can't even get the simple idea of, I got a surplus of food here, this person's hungry, let me see if I can share some of my food. We can't even do that. Animals can have better forms of behavior on that than we do. We talk about how animals are territorial all the time, but if you look at the way they conduct themselves, they seem to be living a more moralistic life, and they don't even have morals. We do. We came up with a human construct of so-called morality, and we can't even follow it. And part of it, and the funny thing is, we all have our own different forms of morality. You go to one neighborhood, and then you go to another neighborhood, you get two different freaking systems. Then you go to one house, and then you go to another house, and the two houses are run differently. So it's all subjective. And we can't even follow these things. Humans suck. This is why we have these things about beauty is just another way for us to feel better over somebody else. When somebody who happens to have features that a group of people happen to agree on is nice looking, then they're like, oh, that must mean I'm better than you. Stupid human reasoning. We've done it with so many different things. Oh, I happen to have more money than you, so I'm better. I just substituted money for beauty, but people think that way. Oh, I happen to have a bigger house. Oh, I happen to have all my teeth. Oh, my clothes happen to be green, yours happen to be red. I'm better than you. I happen to like Milli Vanilli and you don't, therefore I'm better than you. There's always a stupid reason that somebody might use to make themselves feel higher than somebody else. And the simple reason why we do it is because we're humans and humans suck. I don't know any other way to give you a better answer than that. That's just what it is. As a whole, the human race sucks. The late George Carlin had it right when we said we were a doomed species and it's about time to wipe the slate clean and come up with something else. Because we really haven't done anything, well, I shouldn't say collectively. I mean, there's a small group of humans who are truly impressive. And the rest of the human race loves to latch on to these individuals that see what we can accomplish. Yeah, that's what these few individuals accomplish. You haven't accomplished crap. You got people like Einstein who's come up with some really brilliant theories, but when he was a kid, you called him an idiot just because he was moving slower than you. Then later on, he comes up with all these scientific theories, and you're like, oh, he's the pride of our civilization, a master of the species. Look what the human mind can accomplish. But you couldn't even begin to, the average human being couldn't even begin to figure out the stuff he came up with. So why are you going to latch onto his particular achievements? They're his achievements, not the human race's achievements. Human race as a whole has got a long way to go before we can consider them other than sucking. But they suck. And one of them is just the very reason that you brought up with that you're anguishing over. This whole beauty crap. Humans are humans. We're all beautiful in some way, in some shape or form. We all got our own talents. We all got our own features. We all got something that has a spark of the divine within all of us. Don't take that too deeply. I'm not taking about this in a religious aspect. I'm just simply stating it as a general point. We all got a spark of beauty. Some more than others, depending on what angle you look at. It's not just about physical, it's also about what's inside as well. It's a whole package, as you touched on. And even that, somebody might take that too far, because I'm more talented, I'm better than you. Humans, they suck. I can't state that enough. I mean, my own upbringing, I can point it out to that. We talk about racism all the time, but when I was growing up, you want to know what I got the most persecution from? Black people. Why? Because I happened to be able to enunciate. I didn't happen to go around with the same type of values that they went with. I didn't wear baggy clothes. I happened to read books instead of mostly listening to music. Well, I do listen to music a lot, but my head was more in a book than watching TV or videos. You know, I wasn't about chasing ass when I was going through school. So right away, I was ostracized. Strangely enough, despite the fact that everyone keeps talking about white people are bad, I had later on more decent conversations with white people than I had with black people. Not trying to hold that against them, but that just shows you my upbringing. You can be discriminated by your own, just because you're different. Humans suck. I'm kind of glad that I had that particular upbringing, though. I went through that in my childhood growing up, because it made me realize that it doesn't matter who you are. You're all the same. You all suck, generally speaking. I know that individually you find some really nice humans to talk to. I already correspond with a few of them in life and through the internet, and now I'm bumping into some really cool individuals on YouTube. Some really intriguing minds that I like talking to and sharing ideas and debating with. I subscribe to some of their channels and all that. But by and large, as a whole, humans suck. Period. That should answer the question. It's not a happy sounding one. I don't think it's very satisfying maybe to hear. But that's the sum of the matter. Humans suck. Humans suck, humans suck, humans suck. Any questions? Anyway, that's my quick answer. I spent on this a little longer than I wanted to, probably because it's a pet peeve of mine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else you put up. It looks like you have a really interesting mind there, and you got some interesting views. And I really would like to see what you happen to bring to the table as far as humanity's interactions with culture and language and so on and so forth. Like just your views. I'm really interested in checking out in different bits. So yeah, I've already subscribed, so can't wait to see what you bring up. Catch you later. Bye.